we will have our test on this unit next Wednesday.
How do you do?
This test will be...
How do you do?
You looked a little startled when I mentioned the test for next week, Fred.
No, I was just thinking about how much work I have to do between now and Wednesday.
You shouldn't have too much to do. You've been keeping up with your work. Your notes are in pretty good shape, aren't they?
No, I hope so.
I can tell by your contributions in class that you've been understanding the material as we've gone along, haven't you?
How do you do?
If what you need to review is in the textbook, you open your textbook, read for a few minutes, and then you close the book. You get restless and decide to postpone it for a while. After all, there's still a lot of time, you say. Day after day, you worry about the test, but you don't do anything to prepare for it.
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do?
Until the night just before the test. Then you try to cram all of the facts into your head in one frantic study session.
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do?
Because you've been up half the night cramming. You're tense and nervous, unsure of yourself. When the tests are passed out, you start writing your answers without really analyzing the questions.
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do?
You just want to write everything down before you forget it. Of course you don't do as well as you should. And the grade you receive isn't a good indication of how much you know or of your ability to understand the subject. Am I right, Fred?
And that's about it.
A bunch of us kids get together at somebody's house every now and then, and there's music and dancing and just general fun. The only thing different about this particular party was what happened to spoil the good time everyone was having. It all began when the telephone rang, and Susan went to answer.
Hello? Please, just how do you do? That's one of the things this article brings out. If I want to get off to a smooth start with people, it's half the battle, I find. Well, maybe you'll understand why I feel that way if I tell you what happened to me last night.
Hey, Jerry, I'm on the phone.
Oh, all right.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, who cut the music?
Jerry. Now, what did you say? How bad was he hurt? Oh, yeah, some of them are here. Sally, Jack, and you know, the gang. Well, who was that?
Oh.
It was Betty. She and Dan were on the way to the movies when they saw this accident. It was Bob and Ted.
Hey, Bob and Ted have been in an accident?
Were they hurt? Bob and Ted didn't get hurt. It was someone else, a pedestrian. Bob was driving and Ted was with him.
Gosh, I'll bet they feel awful.
I got so mixed up and embarrassed. It was painful and quite unnecessary.
This isn't a very unusual scene. You've probably been to parties like this yourself. Lots of them.
Free cars, the keys to a dozen hideout flats all over the city. I'd bet 20, 30 grand over a weekend, and then I'd either blow the winnings in a week or go to the Sharks to pay back the bookies. Didn't matter. Didn't mean anything. When I was broke, I would go out and rob some more. We ran everything. We paid off cops, we paid off lawyers, we paid off judges. Everybody had their hands out. Everything was for the taking. And now it's all over.
Fear. And what are you afraid of? Are you afraid someone in your audience will stand up and take a pot shot at you? Are you afraid there'll be a snake on the stage? Or that you will fall off the platform? No, you're afraid of what people will say and think about you as you stand before them.
You all right?
All right, sir.
PSM 151.
See?
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do?